Alright, my next case is called Garvey's Beat. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this one tonight, but we can at least start it. These are fairly short, so
Patrol Officer James Garvey has been murdered. As a new CSI, this is your first cop killing. Unfortunately, it's probably not your last. Work fast and careful. Tropicana Avenue, go.
really.
Apparently, Officer Garvey stopped to help a stranded motorist. Or someone pretending to be.
To serve and protect. And sometimes, this is the reward. We'll never have more important work to do than this. Hey, before we get started, I want to introduce myself. I'm Nick Stokes. I've heard a lot of good things about you from Sarah, so let's work quick to nail this creep.
Okay. Alright, what do we got? We got some blood here. It looks like blood. Get a sample of the blood. Alright. Got cop here. We got another blood sample.
Beaten over the head.
Blood sample.
2 gunshot wounds to the chest. Man, somebody didn't want Officer Garvey walking away from this one. No sign of exit wounds.
Let's get a blood sample here.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Why the heck not? Alright. If we can.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Oh.
We can't use that here. There's nothing special there. There's no prints here.
Oops. Dang it. I keep clicking out of the game.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Why can I even zoom in if I can't use anything? Is there more zoom in stuff? I don't seem to be able to do anything here.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
I guess just so I can get that dialogue. Alright.
Severe head trauma like this, something heavy, something hard's probably the weapon. We'll cast to the wound. It'll help determine what caused it.
Cast the wound.
We can't use that here.
Okay. Guess we'll cast the wound then.
Try using a similar tool.
Alright, that one. The gloppy sound. Nice. Alright.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Okay.
We can't use that here.
Nothing else that I can see here. Alright. Alright. Anything over here? Nope. I think we're done with this location. Got the gun.
32 caliber mag. Probably Garvey's own piece, but we'll have to confirm that.
Well, we can dust it for friends. Soon. Alright. With friends. Okay. Take it.
All of the rounds are accounted for. I'd say it wasn't fired recently. They'll be towing this baby away soon, so we need to get to work fast. There could be something important in here. This is another cop's ID. Jeffrey Deschamps. And check out the date of birth. Deschamps is a 72-year-old cop? I don't think so.
Interesting.
It's blank, but maybe Greg can lift an imprint off it. There's no prints here.
Oops. Alright, what's this? I don't know what this is. Nothing. Okay. Anything else? Got computer, it looks like nothing that turns, what? Oh, that's that. We already did that. Oh, wait.
Peculiar stain. Wiped, maybe? Be nice to know what it is.
Swab it. Okay. Don't see anything else, so leave. Okay, what else we got? This is a weird looking car. I guess because of the 3D perspective. Okay, don't see anything else that would be evident here. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, the crowbar, right? It's a tire iron wrench thing, actually.
We can't use that here.
Okay, just
You better check it for trace evidence before we collect it.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Ooh, it's a fiber.
Yoink! Someone could have been holding this tire iron as a weapon. At some point, this thread could have snagged on here if it brushed by their clothes.
Indeed. Alright. Got that. Now can we take it? We can. Alright. Think that's it now. Think we're done here. Go back to the lab.
What do you need?
Alright, we got a bunch of stuff. We got that.
So you figure this blood came from the killer?
No, I don't second guess you, Greg. I'd never hear the end of it.
Wise move. We have a boar here, casting no aspersions on present company. This is sus scrofa, blood of a wild boar. Pig blood.
Well, that's weird.
The cast of the wound indicates something slim, tubular. Pig's blood again. Genetically identical, and a decay rate comparison is a match.
Also weird.
Cotton. Red dye present but faded. Got another sample I can compare it to?
Not yet.
I used an electrostatic detection apparatus to see if the previous page's message made a big impression. Sorta like I do. Here's what came up. Tropicana Avenue, car on roadside, needs assistance.
Okay, that's interesting.
This ID isn't legit. It's a forgery. Pretty good one, too. There were a few tiny spatters of blood on the tire iron. Matches Garvey's. Garvey's weapon, clean barrel, fully loaded, not fired recently.
Alright. Now we use the computer. Alright. Whoops. Put the prints in.
Well, this is no shock. Our dead officer's prints are on his own weapon.
Yeah, that was expected.
Hey, you can't scan that into the computer. Hey, you can't scan that into the computer.
I really don't like where this is going. Officer Jeffrey Deschamps killed along the roadside helping a motorist with a flat 30 years ago. Unsolved. M.O.? Deja vu all over again. A tire iron. Pool of blood. Blank notepad. Murder weapon. A .44 Magnum. In the grass under the patrol car. Only upside, it's a lead. We should check the crime scene again. See if there's a gun under where the car was.
Okay. I assume we can't put these in either.
Hey, you can't scan that into the computer. Hey, you can't scan that into the computer.
Alright, we can't scan those into the computer. Alright. Back to the crime scene. It's here.
Looks like they towed the patrol car away. We got another echo of the Deschamps case here. .44 Magnum. Could be 70s era. Serial numbers filed off. Gunpowder in the barrel. Mag short 3 rounds. One in the chamber. Probably fired recently. Twice. This is a staged crime scene. There's no prints here. There's no prints here.
Oops. Selection.
Yoink!
Alright, we take it. Okay. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else here, but there's more blood. We already dealt with that. Nothing else. So I think that's about all we can do. Let's go back to the.
Was there something you wanted?
Actually, we can actually.
Despite the power of the blow to the head, the officer was still alive. Unconscious maybe, but breathing. The 2 bullets in the chest put a stop to that.
Okay.
Both bullets entered through the chest. Stippling is consistent with being shot at close to medium range. One struck the left lung and lodged there. Other hit the left second rib, deflected down through the stomach into the upper intestines. We recovered both rounds.
Okay.
Pretty recent. There's some early rigor mortis, I'd say no more than 3 or 4 hours ago. Pulling the scalp back revealed a basal skull fracture. Combined with conjunctival hemorrhaging, we have a forceful blow to the head. Hard, slender object, like an iron rod.
Pretty obvious what caused that.
Well, I'd say it's a pretty good match to the skull fracture.
Okay, we're done here. Back to the lab. Analyze the bullets.
Are you ready for this? Some freaks on crimechat.com knowing way too much about our cop killing. Hit the lab computer. I sent a link to the desktop to get you directly into the chat. Those oldies but baddies? 44 caliber, 30 to 35 years ripe. Of course, they could be reloads. Here's the ballistics report on our late officer's wounds. This 44 mag's a perfect match. You have your murder weapon.
Okay. Good to know.
Sick. We can't find this guy fast enough.
Okay. Now what? Can't do anything there. Maybe we can get some sort of warrant or something?
Need me for something? Sure, I'll cross your T's and dot your C's for you. Site owner Jack Riley, apartment on Mountain Vista Street, crosses Tropicana. Close to our crime scene.
Okay.
Mr. Riley? Jack Riley?
That's me. What's up?
We're with the Las Vegas Crime Lab. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about this shooting near your place.
Probably about as much as you? Thanks to Sutherland. Maybe even a bit more, since you probably don't study classic unsolved murders like the Deschamps case. Same as the other 4,000-some anonymous users who post at my site. Zippo. They don't use real names, you know? You know there is, if you're a CSI or SWAT. Unique IP addresses identify the computer he was using. But I got privacy issues here with my users. No warrant, no IP address. You probably already know I do if you checked your records. But you should also know I reported it stolen a few months back. Had a party and somebody got in my gun case and helped him or herself. As for suspects, I had 35 of my closest friends over. Listen, I don't mind cooperating, and I got nothing to hide, but I also know my rights. No warrant, no entry.
Oh, I guess that's 3404, but still. I thought his address was 404, which would have been kind of funny. Alright, we're gonna go back to the police. We're gonna
Need
see if
me
we can
for
get a
something?
warrant.
Riley's hosting the website where somebody's bragging about this killing. Plus, Jackie Boy owns a gun that matches the murder weapon. Isn't a judge in town who won't let us check that apartment.
Alright, we got it. Okay, back we go.
What a shock. If it goes down, so does the Bill of Rights. Go ahead, go inside, for all the good it'll do you.
Caffeinated hacker fuel. He seems to have some brand loyalty. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. Try using a similar tool.
Alright, we got some fingerprints.
Condensation messes with the quality of prints we can lift. Don't know how useful these will be.
Alright, got some fingerprints. What's this? I don't know what it is. Kind of looks like a microwave.
Damn, Sutherland again. Sicko was at the crime scene before we went back and found the murder weapon.
We got his IP address. Anything else we can do here? I don't think so.
This guy's into true crime heavy duty. Whoa, here's a book by Edwin H. Sutherland, late great criminologist.
That's interesting.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. There's no prints here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. There's nothing special there.
Okay. Well, if we can't pick it up, then...
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
I mean, we kind of know where the name Sutherland comes from now. That's you.
I don't have anything else to tell you right now.
Okay.
Guy greets us with the warmth of a cobra, but check this out. It's like he's our biggest fan. There's nothing special there.
There's nothing we can do here at all.
There's no prints here. We can't use that 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 here.
Nope. Alright, I think that might have been just to show us what we had. Oh, there's a poster, there's a thing. And I think we got probably enough evidence.
We've got Sutherland's IP address on the list from Riley's computer. Brass can track down where it was posted from.
Okay. Alright.
This case is starting to leak out to the news thanks to our friends at crimechat.com. Tell me you got something good.
We do.
We can track the computer he posted from. Computer Lab UNLV, classroom building complex, where they teach criminal justice. Here's hoping we'll be teaching some creep a class in that real soon. Let's ask the magic screen. Oh yeah, graduate, 10 years back. Criminal justice major.
All right. Can't ask him anything else, but now I can go. Now I can go to what?
Professor Franklin? That you?
Nick? Nick Stokes? Well, look at you. I'd ask how you are, but that's obvious.
I thought you were still at Rice, sir. I didn't know you were at UNLV.
Class is out, Nick. You don't have to call me sir. Department here had an opening in theory reconstruction. How could I refuse?
Well, you wrote the book. Literally. You'd be a boon to any faculty.
Very kind of you to say, Nick. Especially since you're not fishing for a grade. This time. And I understood you to be working in Dallas. CSI Level 1.
No, I could have stayed, but it was time for a change. You know, and the chance to work with Gil Grissom.
And to get out of the shadow of a certain Supreme Court justice also named Stokes?
Maybe just a little.
Have to envy you, my boy. Working in the field, solving real crimes.
Real
Not some
crimes.
premature fossil working the academia beat for 25 years.
Decent CSIs aren't that hard to come by. Now, great teachers, that's a rarity.
You do my self-esteem a world of good, Nick. But that's not why you dropped by, is it?
I wish. Thing is, we have a cop killing. And believe it or not, there's a link to the university. You could help by answering a few questions.
What was that? Why did it flicker like that? All right, let's talk to him.
This one, right here. Earlier in the day, I couldn't say, but I just met with a student, John Laskin, going over some coursework. And he was on that machine. Not to tell you how to do your work, but dusting for prints would be rather pointless, with all the traffic in here. Laskin has been digging into various unsolved crimes. Promising student, bright, doing well in my course. Every lab on this floor is strictly for criminal justice students, and the computer lab is reserved for grad school level only. A little surprised you'd have to ask that question. That was my first big success. I wrote the book about that great unsolved case. Do you need my help? If you need to get in for further investigation, I can help. I have keys to the lab and the building itself. 24-hour access. I believe he lives on campus. Surely your department has access to the university's housing database. Tracking him down should be child's play.
I'm just asking. All right. I have to go back to my office. I have to ask a cop to give me the information. It's just easier if you tell me.
Somebody's not so good at cleaning up after themselves. But more importantly, we've now found the same brand of soda in both the computer lab and Riley's apartment.
That's not evident at all. But we can dust it for prints.
It might be hard to get good prints from a can, but it's worth a shot.
All right. Well, we have two things. So, talk to him. Up. Oh, that's talking to him. Probably talking to him.
I can't tell you anything else at this moment.
All right. Let's go back to the lab. Again. Back to the lab.
What do you need?
I don't think I have anything I need from you. Oh! I accidentally clicked out of it. Oh, okay. Alright. This one here. Pair these two. No results found. Okay, let's search on that one. Nothing. Okay. I didn't think so. Let's search on that one. Nothing. Okay. And the comparison doesn't work either. Alright. Okay, let's go to the, here.
And what have we learned at the university? No problem. Mr. Laskin is a criminal justice grad student. No publications. Lives on campus.
Alright. Do we have a location? We don't have a location.
Oh yeah, we'll enroll him in my class.
Now this is something. You know, studying this stuff is
He's
one
got
thing.
a red
Books,
sweater.
theory, famous cases. But
He's
this,
got a red sweater.
A real interrogation room, real CSIs.
Real murder. You want to help?
Absolutely. Interrogate away. No? Why? You find threads or something? Well, sure, no prob, but just be careful. I'm just a guy scratching by on a partial scholarship. Don't have much of a clothes budget.
Alright. Can I do it? Collection. There we go. I got a thread sample.
I log on now and then, but like any chat room, it's just people BSing. I got mounds of coursework, plus I'm a TA, you know, supervising labs. Not much free time. Monitoring a midterm. Intro to corrections, 30 undergrads. Hey, does this mean I'm a suspect? Cool. I mean, since I didn't do it, cool. This is like field research. Hey, it sounds dry, but it's fascinating stuff. A longitudinal study of criminal investigators and pathologists who've worked long-term on unsolved cases. Oh yeah, that's a classic. Unsolved for 30 years, you know. Can't imagine chasing a case for that long. Hey, this was great. Real honor. You find that killer. Drown that sucker in evidence.
Alright, I have no real thought that he actually did it. But oops, we hit the thing. We're gonna compare the fibers.
Similar, but not exactly the same. Greg's opinion's what we should trust.
It looks like licorice.
Using the microspectrophotometer, we get a fiber match on your red thread, but not a color match. Similar sweater, though. Probably an older one. Email from Brass. Sutherland is chatting again. Every cop in town's heading over to UNLV try and catch him in the act, including you guys. Go already.
Alright.
Damn. Well, he was here, and we're here now. So let's process this place like a crime scene.
Alright. Well. What if I hit this button? If I quit, will my case be saved? I'm curious. Oh well. How did I end up on that? I don't know. Hopefully my case will be saved. I'm not quite ready to quit yet, but I was wondering. Okay. Well, let's talk to this guy. No, we can't talk to that guy. Well, what do we do? We got a trash can here. Can we use? Let's see. Okay. I don't know what we can. Oh, there's a wait. There's
like
a red.
Alaskan kids, but older. Let's process this baby for evidence, then get it over to Greg. Little white flakes. Probably dandruff from the owner. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
All right, use this tool. I think.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Really? I thought we could use that
We
one.
can't use that here. We can't use that here.
We already collect it? No, we haven't collected. Well, how do we take it?
We're a little too close to pick it up. Whoa. Let's not pick this up till we've checked for any evidence that might be on it. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Maybe this is the one.
We can't use that here.
No?
We can't use that here.
What can we use? I guess we need... Oh, we probably need to magnify it. Whatever. That's dumb. That was dumb.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
There we go. You told me it was dandruff, and you make me magnify it. That was silly.
We can't use that here.
All right, can we take it now? Yeah. Okay. Good. Is that it? Is that all we can do? Feel like that might be it. I'm not seeing anything else here. I feel like we not doing the feel like we should.
There's no prints here.
Okay.
There's no prints here.
So, seems like whoever was here may have known we were coming. Alright, we're gonna go back to the lab. We're going to
Yes?
use our dandruff on him.
I'll warm up the thermocycler to amplify the DNA on this dandruff flake, but I need some suspect samples for comparison.
Alright. He did that. Items, let's give him the sweater.
Now this sample does match the thread on the tire iron. Find the guy who used to be inside the sweater. You got yourself a link to the crime scene.
Alright. Cool. Not sure what else we can do. Anything we can do with the computer.
Hey, you can't scan that into the computer.
Aww. Okay. Well, okay. Where do we want to go? Let's go back to the computer lab. I feel like we're missing something, maybe. Let's talk to him.
Try having Greg match DNA from the dandruff flakes on the sweater to samples we get from our suspects.
Okay. So we probably need to get...
Need me for something?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Just because this guy was Nick's teacher doesn't give him a pass. Go back out to that school and see what his DNA teaches us. We got plenty on him for a warrant. Go to his place and get your sample. Laskin's alibi checked out. He was supervising an exam. Cross this guy off the suspect list.
Alright. So we want to go here. Get a DNA sample.
For what reason? Surely I'm not a suspect in your investigation.
You know how it is, sir. Just covering the bases.
We're back to sir, are we? And what if I said you need a warrant to perform that affront?
I'd say we do have a warrant.
Well, I was just making sure you weren't getting sloppy, Nick. You know, taking advantage of our... Anyway, go right ahead.
Alright. We are going to take swab. Boom, we have a swab.
Well, in my office, marking some papers.
Can anyone substantiate that? A teaching assistant, maybe? A fellow professor that dropped by?
No. I go to my office at that hour specifically for solitude. I was quite alone.
Convenient.
Just what I read in the news. My phone has been ringing off the hook. Reporters asking me to comment due to my expertise with the Deschamps case. Is that why you're here?
If he's the killer, I'm gonna be shocked. I mean, that would be the sloppiest, most, that would be ridiculously sloppy. I mean,
So it's not enough you make me aid and abet you guys invading my website visitors' privacy. You gotta invade the inside of my mouth too?
Oops. Yeah, we have to invade your mouth, apparently. Alright, here we go. Boom.
Any other indignities while you're at it? Full cavity search maybe? You got the gloves for it.
Alright. Alright.
We can't use that here.
Alright. We can't do it. He kind of volunteered. But it won't let us do it. Boo. Boo. Alright. Back to the lab.
Yes?
Alright, we got some evidence here. Boom. Whoops, not that one. Boom.
The professor's DNA markers match the dandruff sample. Looks like the next class Franklin teaches is going to be high school equivalency to the other inmates.
Really?
I compared Riley's DNA to the dandruff flake. That flake is not your guy.
Why? Why was he so sloppy?
Need me for something? The prof's DNA matches the dandruff on the sweater. Sweater fiber matches the thread snagged on the tire iron. No more playing hooky from justice for this creep. Let's get him.
Finally, I'm being asked to consult on this case, being the expert and all. Frankly, I'd expected you to call sooner, but I'm happy to help you now.
Sure. Consult with us on this cop killing. Consider the evidence.
Which all points in your direction, Professor.
I believe that's mine. Getting a little long in the tooth, but then who among us isn't? Throw it away if you like.
We'll bag it instead.
Whatever for. Ah, the Deschamps case. A true classic in the annals of unsolved crimes. I'm the great expert on the case, and even I couldn't come up with the solution. Not a single worthwhile clue was found. The proverbial perfect crime. Oh, certainly not. No fiber was found at the Deschamps crime scene.
Not at the Deschamps crime scene, but at the Garvey crime scene, sir, there was. On the tire iron.
Young man, you don't need to call me sir. I appreciate the respect, but we're professionals here. Feel free to call me Edwin.
Edwin? As in Edwin Sutherland?
You must be new in the field if you don't recognize me, young man. Edwin Sutherland, the most acclaimed criminologist of all time. But then, aren't you a student of that pathetic, isolated old academic? That miserable failure, Professor Franklin. Oh, this officer who was killed recently. You'd like me to consult on the case? I must admit I've been giving it some thought.
Why don't you share those thoughts with us, Professor Sutherland?
Glad to, young man. You see, this homicide is quite similar to the classic Deschamps killing. And I must admit, your mentor, Professor Franklin, did some respectable research on that case for a man of such average capabilities and limited intellect. Or did he? You see, your perpetrator was recreating the Deschamps murder, undoubtedly. The killer would have faked a flat tire and waited for help to come. It would only take a few minutes. Even in this tawdry day and age, the police serve and protect. The killer would have allowed the officer to draw close in order to take a good hard swing at him. But apparently he didn't notice a tiny thread snagging on the tire iron, the incriminating clue. When he was down, he finished him with a couple of quick rounds to the chest. Fast, relatively painless. The clues from the Deschamps case, of course, had to be replicated. The killer left a bit of blood near the body. crudely symbolic pig's blood. Gun under the car, few pages off the notepad. I made sure this was clear by publishing my findings on that quaint crimechat.com. But one must wonder how he would have so intimately known the details surrounding the original crime. Could he have been responsible for both? Nick? Nick? Seeing you, it's like seeing my own ghost. My own long-lost conscience.
Something you want to get off your chest, Professor?
I just can't live with it anymore. My entire career, built on one great lie. I was just starting out, wanting to make a name for myself, but you must understand. It was theoretical.
What was, Professor?
Killing that officer.
Garvey?
Deschamps. I wanted to see a crime from the inside out.
Okay.
I suppose every criminalist ponders the perfect crime. It was motiveless. Or at least the motive was so obscure that... Anyway, I did it. All those years ago.
You killed Officer Deschamps and built your reputation as an expert on a crime you committed yourself. And now you've done it again. What, try and recapture some of that old glory?
Yes. Yes. Nick, please. I couldn't help myself. Please, do something. Make sure I never do anything like this again. Help me.
Professor, we'll see what we can do.
I just reviewed the notes on your last case.
Well, that was kind of
Franklin
silly.
apparently was racked with guilt, and the Sutherland subpersonality evolved to help resolve it. But it was your skills that bridged their gap and exposed Franklin for who he really was. Good job. Now let's evaluate your performance for this case. Great work. But asking for help cost you in your final evaluation. See if you can do as well without using any hints.
Oh, 3%. Come on. Jeez. Whoa.